Hey, what's up, guys? It's Scar here from theScore eSports here with Jensen from C9 after kind of a close 2-0 against Envy. What was the prep looking like coming into the series today?
We weren't really sure what to think. It's a new patch, so the meta is a bit different, but no, we just do our usual prep and then we'll take it from there.
Uh, I saw you picking up Malz this week, and talk to me about the Vlad Malz matchup the first game.
Actually, I have never played the matchup, so I had no idea what to expect. It was a little rough early on. I think I should have either gone TP or Ignite because I got pressured way too hard in that matchup, which shouldn't happen. So I think that was bad from my part. Like I should have been more prepared for the matchup, but I still think Malzahar late game is really gross. So I don't really think it matters too much about laning phase with Malzahar. You just want to get to late game and do your job.
Something I've noticed recently is that you draw an immense amount of pressure from like junglers in every single game. In fact, I think if I looked at the games, I think you're one of the most ganked mid laners in NA LCS. Do you feel like that's because of this pressure that you draw? Do you feel like, or maybe because of how aggressive you're playing, you're easier to gank?
I wouldn't say it's because of how aggressive I play. I think I play pretty smart most of the time. I have some slip ups, but I generally like to play aggressive. I'm not sure if that's why people are camping me so much. It might just be because from scrims and stuff, like I usually like pressure the enemy mid laner a lot. So if they don't help, usually we get a big advantage. So I think that might be why I get camped a lot. Yeah.
How is it dealing with this kind of pressure? Because the first game, you know, you got camped really hard. You started 0-2. How do you recover from that? Like, what do you think of during the game?
Um, it doesn't really affect me too much. I actually expect to get camped a lot, but I thought in the Malzahar-Vlad matchup, even if I'd get camped, I'd be fine because Vlad doesn't really have CC and I have my passive, but I got pressured pretty hard in the 1v1 matchup, so that's why they were able to like put a lot of pressure on me through ganking. So I think it was mainly just my own mistake. Like I shouldn't have been in this situation in the first place, so it's just a bad play from me.
Uh, what happened the first game for you guys to fall behind? Like, I know you guys recovered and you guys eventually just like late gamed them to death, but what was the mid game looking like for you guys?
Um, we were hesitating a lot with our calls. Like we would set up for dragon, like we would prep for dragon, or say like we were going for it, and then top lane would be doomed. So we kind of had to commit to the dragon, but then we didn't commit to it. So we just had a lot of like big misplays that shouldn't happen, like macro wise. So I think we made a lot of macro mistakes. So hopefully we can fix that.
Going to game two, do you feel like you guys played like much better on the macro level then?
Yeah, I would say so. I think it also had a lot to do with that we had more pressure. Like I wasn't getting constantly pressured mid lane, so it was a lot easier to do things. And I think our comp was just much better. Like we countered the Malzahar pick pretty well. Like Cillian itself is really good into Malzahar, and then we had Bot as well, so he could, in theory, save me, but he didn't when I died. But that's whatever. But yeah, I think we just outdrafted them pretty hard game too.
So a lot of times I feel like C9 gets to the mid game and isn't able to convert a lot of these leads. So if you look at the very top four, top five, top three teams, they're able to convert small leads into big leads and end games around like the 25 minute mark to the 30-minute mark. Typically, C9 games go a little bit longer. Do you feel like right now it's decisiveness that's holding you guys back in the mid game?
I would say in scrims we're pretty decisive usually. I don't know what happened. Like the past few weeks we haven't been playing that well. Even though I would say scrims have been going pretty well. I think I'm not sure what it is, but for myself, like when I fall behind, I tend to like not make as many calls myself. Whereas if I'm ahead, I feel like I can control like the pace of the game myself much easier, and like I have a better grasp on like how to play the game. So usually if I fall behind, I don't contribute too much. So that might be a part of it.
Before, I know you played with Rush and now you're playing with Meteos. I always thought it was really weird because I thought that you and Rush were great players, but I thought your synergy wasn't really there. Do you feel like you have much better synergy with Meteos now?
Yeah, I would say I know a lot of people on like Reddit, for example, would say me and like Rush had like insane synergy together and stuff like that, but it was never really the case. I don't think we we had different perspective on how to play the game, me and Rush, so I don't think we played very well together at all. I think the reason we looked good was because we're both really good individually. So if we would end up in like 2v2s or stuff like that, we'd usually just win through like raw mechanics and just like outplaying them. So I think that's why people had the perspective that me and Rush were like a dream combo together or whatever. But I think me and Meteos play very well together. Like I think he understands what I need a lot better than what Rush did.
Let's look to the future a little bit. So you're coming into playoffs. You're currently third place. I know you may be tied with Liquid. I think they just won, so you guys are perfectly tied. How is it being in third? Do you feel like there's any big difference between third and sixth? Like, are you guys just hoping to play the best that you can be till playoffs?
Well, at this point, we can't really reach top 2, so I don't think it matters too much of placing. It's just about playing and improving as much as we can now moving forward to playoffs. So we just need to focus on our game and just get better, basically.
What's something that you're personally looking to focus on more for your own play?
I would say I need to just play smarter sometimes and not like let it affect me too much if I get like pressured a lot, for example, because I tend to like make a lot of stupid mistakes if I'm being pressured a lot. So I think I just need to focus on that myself and just try to get into the game better in a way.
Lastly, if you could choose your first playoff opponent, because you can't get top 2 anymore, so you've got to play someone between 3 and 6. Who would you want to play first and why?
I would definitely not want to play Liquid. What are the other? CLG or who else?
I think it's currently Envy.
It would probably be NV or CLG. I think for me personally, last time I played against Liquid, I had a really bad time. Like, I think they're a team that understands how to pressure mid extremely well. So I feel like I don't have much of an impact versus Liquid because I'm just constantly under pressure. Whereas versus CLG and Envy, I'm a bit more freed up. And I don't know, actually. I don't think it matters too much who we actually face as long as we just bring our A game.
All right, do you have any last minute shout out to your fans? You did 2-0 today. You guys are pretty solidly securing, I think, 3rd or 4th place. So any last words?
Thanks to all the fans for supporting us, and I'm sorry that I've kind of been slumping lately, but hopefully going into playoffs soon that we'll be able to pick it up and play really well as a team.
You heard it here first from Jensen. This is Scar here from theScore eSports. If I have more content online or on our mobile app, thank you guys. Hope you guys have a nice day.